All right, on page 79. You ready for your alternative notes? If you've got math already, I'll give you bonus. If you have no math, I'll give you something. I'll give you some credit. All right, to put, and it's going to be short and sweet. Who can see from where you are and read it? Who's willing to read it to the class? Yeah, Diego? Okay, go. Okay, so budget to invest, not to save. First question, what does budget mean? Oh.
Like savings?
Go, keep going. What did you first say? What did you say at first? A certain balance you have. Be more specific. Balance of what? Interesting. You used the word, did you say waste capacity? Like with money. Okay, interesting. Interesting words. But I think you're on target. I think you're very much on target. Yeah, I don't know if I would have described that way, but I see what your brain is thinking with that. What were you going to say, Eric?
Like saving money.
Saving money. Okay. Budget. So you don't have this yet in your life, but you will very soon. Some of you might have it already. Alex, don't you work already? Which McDonald's do you work at?
The one in...
What street is it on?
It's in front of Food for Less.
Near the Food for Less?
Huntington Drive.
Yeah.
On Huntington? Nice. You make money then. You get a check. How often you get a check?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Do you have a budget?
Not yet.
Not yet. But see that, and I appreciate the yet. You use the power of the yet. Thank you so much, right? Not yet. When you have a budget, what would it look like? Okay, good. He's not sure, right? Do you know what a budget is, Mia? Oh, tell. Do tell.
What do you mean, like?
What is it? If you had to describe, say I'm younger than you, your younger sibling, and I don't know what it is, what would you say?
Like if something's on a budget, that means like you have a certain like a balance you can spend the money in.
Good. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. I think you guys are all getting there, and it's going to be more real. Like with Alex, he's got amount of money coming in every 2 weeks, right? Do you guys get allowance from your parents, any of you, maybe? Do you budget it? Do you get an allowance from your parents? How are you able to tell us how much you get?
Like $40 like for like a month.
Okay, if you get the $40 for a month, then in your mind you start to go and maybe even write down. I'm going to spend this on this and this on this and this on this to make sure it's all included. Do you do that? Sometimes, because that's a budget. Are you with me? Do you hear what you're saying? You make money. Your parents give you money. You want to do certain things with the money, so you list out what you're going to do with it. Maybe you write it down, which is the best kind of budget, or maybe you just think in your mind, I'm going to spend this much on this much on this. You don't have a huge amount of money probably right now, so I don't know if you're writing it down yet, right? Once you get more money, you may even use a spreadsheet. You guys know what spreadsheets are? Like a Google Sheets?
Like they kind of look like boundaries, not really, but like tiny like.
Yeah. And you can set it up, Alexandra, to put in an amount of money here in this cell, and then tell this cell you're going to spend money on food, for example, or snacks, or whatever you're buying out of that, right? And you can put a certain amount of money, and you can make the spreadsheet do the subtraction for you, and you can just play with the numbers and see what works out, right? Okay, perfect. So, budget to invest, not to save. This is a little bit more complicated, and probably I don't have enough time to do all this right. But what does invest mean? Eric, what does it mean to invest?
Like investing like in stocks and like that.
Okay. And when you invest, what do you hope to get back from your investment?
Money.
Money, right? Do you know what that's called? That money that comes back to you?
Profit.
Profit. What else? There's a lot of names for it, by the way. A return. There's all kinds of things. Profit, return, all this stuff, right? So when you say budget to invest, not to save, and you've heard what a budget is so far from everybody else saying it and what you got in your own mind, right? What do you think that means, budget to invest?
Like you're like saving money to waste.
So I would say saving money to put into an investment. Does that make sense? Okay, so Mia, if you were budgeting just take the amount of money you get, because you've got this sort of budget thing running. You're what, probably maybe 25% of students do right now, right? You're kind of in this boat. If you were to just, the idea of budgeting to invest, what would it look like?
Like I would start like saving money for maybe something.
Okay, saving money. Did you hear what Eric said? One of the investments he mentioned?
Stock.
Stocks, right? This would be the idea that Alex is now making money every 2 weeks. He would budget, he would budget some money to invest. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
percentage. Like some percentages for like
Yeah.
what you want to spend on yourself, like another what you need, and another one would be like.
Okay, so he's saying percentages. Percentages for what I need, percentages for what I'm spending it on, percentage for investment. Right? Does this make sense to you? Do you have a certain amount of money coming in some period of time in your life, Jasmine? This is happening to you now already?
No.
Okay, it won't be long. It's going to be very, very soon. You're either working for it or something, right? You're going to have jobs. Life takes over your life very quickly, and at this point, you're almost all adults. Okay, here's the assignment. Let's cut to the chase. Page 79, you're going to write about budgeting money for the purpose of saving and the alternative budgeting to invest. You see those two ideas? And I'm going to try to tell you to budget to invest, not to save, right? Normally when your parents talk to you about save money, then you got to think about what is the money saved for, right? I'm going to say the saved money is for investing, all right? So what is the main difference? How can you use it in your life? Fair enough? Are you on page 79? Write a few sentences in that regard.